What's up, YouTube? Calvin's Yugioh channel here. Bringing you guys another Lightsworn deck video. One reason is because I've seen some atrocious builds on YouTube, and honestly, they make me cry. Points for originality, but some of them are just plain bad. And secondly, my Lightsworn video last year for March 2012 actually got around like 20,000 views, so I was actually kind of psyched about that. So I must be doing something right. I get my invite with Lightsworns every year, by the way. I say that at the beginning of all my Lightsworn videos. It's kind of like a little like disclaimer sort of thing, because kind of just proves the credibility that I have with the deck. And yeah, anyways, I'll just get right into the deck. I didn't play it at my locals tonight. I actually played in Zector's, and I let my friend play it, and we were both undefeated until last round, and he actually beat me with it. And there's a funny card in here that actually was the reason that he won, and I'll explain that. But anyways, 3 JDs, 3 Lumina, double Lila. Some people like 3, I don't know. I only like 2. I feel like 2 is enough. I don't want to clog my hand with Lilas. Double Wolf. And then for the one-ofs, you got the, let's see, the Raikou, the Celestia, the Jane, the Aaron, and the Garoth. Keep in mind, some people yell at me for only playing one Raikou. I hate Raikou. I don't even want to play it in the first place, but I really was lacking the consistency of JD, so I put it in there to help it. And people are like, oh, it's a fantastic out against blah, 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 blah. Like, Judgment Dragon, BLS, Chaos Sorcerer, Phantom of Chaos, like any of those cards, you know, kind of a better out to begin with. Like, if I really need to set the Raikou to pop their like macro or something, if I don't get a Lila, an MST, or Heavy Storm, or any of that, yeah, I guess, but mainly just a name. I never set Raikou in Sego. It's a waste of a turn. Blackluster Soldier, Chaos Sorcerer, Phantom of Chaos. I really like Phantom of Chaos. It's fantastic. Some people like Dark Armed in their Twilight builds. I hate Dark Armed. It pisses me off. It's never live, and it's always just in my hand. Phantom is fantastic because late game especially, when you have all your graveyard, you get to choose, you know, pretty much from any spectrum of what you want. I've gone Trag, stole their monster overlay, you know, obviously JD blow up, BLS poke poke, Lumina, whatever, Exceed for Utopia after special summoning. Obviously, I don't need to explain, there's just a billion things that it can do. That's why I like it better than Dark Armed. 1 Plague, 1 Necro Gardener. There should be 2 in here, but I actually lost the other one. So tonight he was just playing 1, but he said he actually milled it quite often, and it did its job, so there should be 2 in here though. Honest, 1 Trag, 1 Gores. I really only like 1 Trag right now. It's good. I don't like 2 is good, but I don't know. Sometimes I hate opening up double Trag and then a bunch of other monsters, because then you can't really maintain hand presence, and then it gets kind of annoying. 1 Trooper. With Lumina at 3, I don't feel the need to have 2 Troopers, because A, they generally clog my hand, and again, almost the same scenario as Trag, where I would have just too many like monsters in my hand, too many normal summons. So Trooper's just at 1. It's good late game for the Phantom of Chaos main phase mill if I want to. Or it's kind of good if they go Thunder King first turn and I just go Trooper Crash. But realistically, it's kind of just there as a filler. Effect Failure. Getting into the spells, you got the Allure, the Charge, the 3 Recharge for all your draw and search power. Draw, search, and mill power, I should say. Double Reincarnation. I actually put the second one in right before the tournament started. Like, well, when I like built him the deck again, I should say. And yeah, I guess it served him well, but you could take out the second Reincarnation for like the other Necro Gardener. Yeah, 2 MSTs. I like 3, but I mean, you got Lila, and I don't know, I don't want them to clog my hand, which sometimes they have at 3. Reborn, Heavy, Dark Hole, obviously staples, Foolish, Pot of Avarice, and the last card, which you can take out and replace with whatever you want, but it's what caused my buddy to beat me with my own deck, and that's Megamorph. It's kind of crazy. Like, I mean, some people, like, when I show it to them, they think it's really genius and kind of smart, and other people are like, it's so dead and stupid and psh. Well, my friend beat me with it. He got a Blackluster Soldier while he was at like 200 points less than me, and when he Darkhold my board, and then went BLS Chaos Sorcerer, equipped to BLS 6,000 to the face, Chaos Sorcerer for game, and I was like, wow, fantastic. I mean, that's what I wanted it to do. Just didn't want to be on the opposite end of that spectrum. You can realistically take that out for just about anything that you want, though, if you really don't like it. I actually find that it's kind of good right now, though, because a lot of decks take a couple turns to set up, and so I'm actually kind of trying to burn them as fast as I can if I have the firepower to do that. Not a lot of decks are playing Gores and all that jazz right now, so plus if it's like turn 2 or turn 3, then I figure that they probably haven't drawn into it or anything, so I usually push more consistently, whereas I used to play more conservatively. But yeah, anyways, I'm not going to go through the whole extra inside, but I will point out the 3 main extra deck cards in my opinion. Might have a lot of people yelling at me, but yeah, I think I know better. First one is Mistworm. Fantastic Lumina pitch for any level 4, which is over half your Lightsworn monsters essentially, and then actually just about half your Lightsworn monsters. No, over half, my bad, I forgot about the wolves. Yeah, then you just go stack Plague Mistworm, and it's fantastic if they have no back row and the Mistworm is like live, because not a lot of decks are playing Veiler either, so Mistworm is actually like really fantastic right now in my opinion, because they'll get out like 2 to 3 exceeds in one turn and blah 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 blah, and then if I live the next turn I go Lumina stack or Lumina pitch stack, Mistworm send whole thing, summon JD. Usually that'd be game, but usually if Mistworm goes off it's game, so makes sense. Tempest Magician, MVP of the extra deck by far. It's like my Gaga Cowboy except it's better. What do you mean it's better than Gaga Cowboy? It's better because you can inflict more than 800. When it gets to the field, you have to get it out with Plague Spreader and Lila, by the way. That's the only way you can get it out. It has to be a spellcaster. But yeah, you get it out and it gets a counter. And then you can pitch any cards, or any number of cards from your hand to the graveyard to add equal number of counters, remove counters, inflict 500 for each counter. So I mean, I've had it where I've had dead hands and like late game, I might not have even had that much stuff, but they'd be at like 15, so I'd go Lila, yup, pop the only back row, yup, and then stack Plague, Tempest, pitch effect, game. Done that so many times. It's it's obviously very similar to the Gaga Cowboy play, but like I said, you can inflict more than 800, so it's fantastic. Shockmaster, don't need to explain why that's prime against any deck. Obviously it's the MVP of everybody's extra deck essentially right now. Shockmaster is too good, and a lot of decks can get it out fairly quickly, and running 2 wolves and just the 3 luminas for the spam special summoning, it's actually fairly easy to get out. Yeah, that's pretty much the deck. There's one other thing I wanted to add, Zephyros the Elite. I'm gonna try to find a way to maybe fit that in the main. It's hard because it's hard to find room for it, but I feel like it can be really, really good if they go like Veiler my JD, and then I could just bounce it and save it for next turn, or I don't know. I'll have to see, but just a little side thought. But anyways, that's the deck, guys. Let me know what you think. My buddy got first place with it tonight at Locals, and he's never played my Lightsworns before. So that says something, I guess. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. Peace.